As a Real Madrid supporter, I can officially say that I hope the nuclear war goes over before the Man City game next week. Because what we just saw against Getafe was a disaster class. This is an embarrassment on all levels. This was an embarrassment for the players. This is an embarrassment for the coach. This is an embarrassment for the president. Getafe hasn't beaten us in Santiago Bernabeu in God knows how long. Bro, it's been so many years. I can't even remember when Getafe even beat us last time. The first half was just clueless. We really are clueless as a team. We do not know how to go from point A to point B with a definitive plan. And before with Ancelotti, it worked because he allowed the players to be creative. But now the players can't even be creative enough to perform these miracles anymore. Like as soon as we're 1-0 down, I give up. I genuinely, as soon as we are like 1-0 down, I don't believe in the remontada anymore. And for me, when you kill the remontada spirit at Real Madrid, you kill everything. Like you kill any hope for this team. And let's talk about the first half. The first half was it was very boring, honestly. And their midfield dominated our midfield. Although I would say the only positive from the first half was Thiago Pitak. And you can see this kid has the talent. You can see if you allow this kid to be the next Real Madrid midfield gem, he will become that. And we didn't even play him in his best position. His best position is a kind of a CDM where he like controls the tempo, but we pushed him upwards. But we didn't give him the confidence to distribute the ball, and that's his best attribute, I would say. And kudos to Arbeloa for giving him the chance. And other than that, other than Thiago Pitark, and the Bernabeu started applauding him, I hope he gets more minutes. This was a very good game by him. Everyone else on the pitch should be disappointed with their performance. This was a disgrace from everyone. Everyone. And then they score the Puskás goal of the year against us, of course. And after that, the response was average. Bro, it was the most average response. The team gets booed off in the halftime. And then after that, the response was zero. And this raises a lot of questions. What is the solution for this team? Because for this squad, for this group of players, what is the solution? Because now we've tried basically every solution. You went from Ancelotti, the most liberal coach, one of the most successful coach of all time, probably the best manager, the best man manager of all time. And that didn't work with this team last season. That team last season, this same squad, got humiliated last season. We got humiliated by Barcelona like 4 times. We got humiliated in the Champions League by Arsenal. We got humiliated by every single big team last season. And so we said in the summer, hey, let's try something new. Let's try tactics. Let's try a system that works. Let's bring in one of the most promising managers in the world right now, Xabi Alonso. And that didn't work either. Initially, we saw some light. Initially, we saw some maybe sparks in the beginning of the season up until El Clasico. And then apparently these players don't want to be managed tactically. So that didn't work. Alonso gets fired. And the team looks dead. Then we bring on a new type of manager, Arbeloa, who's kind of a mix of a man manager and tactical manager. Nothing. Bro, we are toothless as a team. I thought at least the problem was in the midfield. I think Trent would solve the problem. We bring on Trent. Nothing. And honestly, I think Trent had a bad game today. It was like the amount of misplaced passes and the amount of misplaced passes in dangerous positions that allowed for Getafe to counter us, like 2v1. I can count at least 2-3. And that was embarrassing. So Trent cannot help this team. And then you think, okay, Mbappe can help this team. Well, when Mbappe and Vinicius play together, it doesn't work. But when Mbappe is injured, we don't play well. So what is the solution for this team? I don't know. I thought Thiago Pitark, a player that is like the type of the creative midfielder like Vitinha, like Pedri. Maybe that is the solution. Not even that. So I don't know what's the solution for this team. Nothing seems to work. Nothing. The vibes were good in the squad apparently when Arbeloa came in. The league is gone. The league is over. The Champions League next week. I don't want to see that City game. Bro, we lost before we even entered the game. It's over. The season is over. And I don't know what the solution is. I genuinely, like, this is the first time I can look at a Real Madrid team and then be like, I don't know how to get out of this rot. Because it all looks dark. We tried the man manager, didn't work. We tried the tactical genius, didn't work. We tried the Castilla product. We tried to do a Zidane-esque kind of thing, didn't work. We tried Trent, it's not working. Thiago Pitarch, not working. Tell me in the comments, because this feels just dark and numb and there is no hope. And honestly, this season for me, it's already over. Like, this season, I've already given up. There is no hope for the rest of the season. We still have El Clasico to be humiliated by Barcelona, and now we have City to be humiliated in the Champions League. Fun, good time for everyone. Now let's look forward. We need a solution. If the season is ending, which it probably is, let Thiago Pitarch play. Bro, fuck everyone. Let Thiago Pitarch do his thing. I don't care if the players get angry. I don't care if the stars get angry. I don't care if Arda Güler or Camavinga or whoever. Let Thiago Pitarch start. At least give him the time to develop in a disappointing season. This can be the season for Thiago Pitarch to develop the same way Vinicius was allowed to develop in a disappointing season in 2018-19 when we lost everything. Let them. Give them time. Because otherwise, I don't see a solution. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. See you next week. Ciao.